It's World Teen Mental Wellness Day. Helping us raise awareness is singer, host, and mental health advocate Thomas Orlina. Thomas is getting candid about his own challenges with mental illness and sharing advice to help others who are struggling. This is Advocate Now. Well, Thomas, you're a singer, you're a host, producer, an LGBTQ plus activist. You're also a passionate mental health advocate. Why did you initially start advocating for mental health?
For me, it all kind of started with last year. I felt the need to really share my story. I had never really gone through therapy before and really hadn't seeked out that kind of guidance. And so I got really inspired to create a project called This Time that was really for people out there to know that it's okay to go out and seek for help, and that guidance is out there. There's so many resources, and that you're really not alone when you go through mental health situations.
You mentioned your project This Time. It was a music track that you released, and you also created an accompanying short film, and it really showcases your own struggles with mental health and features you as an actor battling emotions, with the pressure of rejection. Would you say that this is your most personal project yet?
Absolutely. I really got down with my team and I was like, you know what? I really want to do something like I've never done before, really showcase different types of emotions. You'll see me crying in the video. I'm going through so many different challenges, feeling rejected, signs of just, so many different emotions. And to put that in a short film is something that we really wanted to do. So when we came together, we were like, let's just go for it. And this project really pushed my creative boundaries. I've never done something like this before. So to have it for this project meant so much to me. And I'm really excited to get the feedback from my audience because they're really looking forward to it. We've been promoting it for quite some time now. So to know that it's here is just really amazing.
Yeah, and you've been a mental health advocate for a while, but how did it feel to use your music and your art to get these messages out? I'm sure there's a certain level of vulnerability that had to come with it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's so empowering to use your voice. I think, we're seeing it all over social media now on TikTok. So many different platforms we just see influencers really channeling all of their emotions, putting it in video content. And for me, when I finished therapy, I really wanted to write my emotions down. I got with my songwriter and we really kind of dove into what we felt like was going to be really impactful for our audience. So putting that into musically and having people really enjoy it, be able to listen to it forever, and to also work with my producers for my music video. It was such a concept where I really wanted to showcase just different sides of my personality that I might have not shown my audience before, and really tap into the mental health aspect of it was super, super important for me.
And I think sometimes we don't realize the impact that it can have when we share our stories. As you've become more open about your mental health journey, have you noticed that other people have felt inclined to share their stories as well?
Yeah, I've gotten so many messages. I get messages on Instagram and people that really feel like this song alone has really gotten them through so much. Whether you've gone through a bad breakup or, lost a friend or just gone through it, this song just really, motivates you. I've heard people say, I play it in the gym and it helps me through my workout. And so what's so great about This Time is that it really targets so many different audiences. And so to hear from people all around the world, I've heard from people in the Philippines, where my family's from, and all around the world, really. So just to know that my music is making that type of impact is it's super inspiring for me to continue to push boundaries, really go there with my music. I have another track coming out later this year, which I'm really excited for people to hear, and it's going to be a whole new era. So I think with my music and really what my audience is looking for, I really try to listen to what people are feeling, what their emotions are, and put it into my music.
I also want to talk about mental health for teens because today is Teen Mental Wellness Day, and approximately 1 in 4 teenagers is affected by mental illness. For someone struggling right now, do you have any advice for them?
Yeah, absolutely. I have a niece and nephew who are under the ages of 10. There's so many people out there that, feel alone. And I think that's like the first thing you should always think of is, you're not alone. There's so many people out there that might feel the way that you feel. And there are so many resources now out there for people to go, go on websites, read about different therapists, and also, reaching out to your family and friends. I think that's kind of like where it all starts, is building that support group, your best friends, people on social media that are advocating for your success. I think it's super important to really utilize all the resources that we have in our lives to, try to make a difference and try to be a better person.
It can be scary, though, to seek professional help. Did you have any fear in doing so? And if so, how did you overcome that?
To be honest, I was very fearful. I had never done something like this before. Growing up as a kid, I always kind of dealt with things internally. And I think a lot of us felt that way. We would never see it on television, it would never be promoted anywhere. And so, with the power of social media and with a lot of artists now coming to the forefront, we've seen Serena Williams as an athlete and other recording artists as well speak out on the impacts of mental health. And so I think with what's happening now, I think it's more than ever more important now to talk about them and to have these types of discussions.
Do you feel that it was incredibly vital for you in order to overcome a lot of those emotions that you were feeling, to find the right person, to find the right fit, to get it all out and to talk about it?
Yeah, it took some time. As I said, going into, research and really finding the right people for you, I think is really the first step into looking for a therapist. I think finding the right person who understands you and has the same goals and the same mindset is super important. So, it's if you do need to get professional help, I definitely recommend taking the time to do some research. Whether your friend has seen a therapist before, or if you know a loved one that's seen a therapist, I think it's important to find the right fit for you, because it is a lengthy process, and it's something that you spend a great deal of time having these in-depth conversations with. And so it's important to really find what makes you feel comfortable. And I think that's another piece of advice I could give out there to teens and young people out there today, is to really find what makes you feel comfortable, because then it opens up, you open up yourself to the therapist, and you're able to kind of go there with your emotions.
Thankfully, in the US, mental wellness is finally becoming a priority in the health and wellness sphere. There is still a stigma around it. What do you think that we can do to end that stigma?
To be honest, I think it's having those honest and open conversations,
Mhm.
whether we continue to promote them on social media, have more celebrities, athletes, public figures. Today we live in a world where so many people are on the internet, so many people are on so many social platforms, and to have other people that you see that you really respect and connect with, whether it's an artist, an athlete, an influencer, I think it's important to have those people use their platforms and to continue to normalize these conversations. There's so much every single day that we can do to make a difference. And so that's definitely a start. I think that, we're seeing it more and more, and especially at award shows and different types of events, so many people are having these conversations. So if I can be that one part in it where this time makes that impact, where people watch the video, they understand the messaging, and they really see how much my team and I put so much effort into making this what it is for mental health, I think that to me is brings me so much gratification.
Well, Thomas, thank you for everything that you're doing to help those who are struggling with mental health. We're excited to see, to hear your new music and to see what you release next. Thank you so much for spending some time with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
I'm Sonia Baghdadi. Thanks for watching and advocating. For more stories and content like this, visit advocate.com and advocatechannel.com.